Our next speaker is an award-winning author, film director, and entrepreneur whose storytelling transcends borders and challenges long-held perceptions. Her debut novel, The Olive Tree, became an international bestseller and award-winning literary success, and it's now being adapted for the big screen. Through her production company, Wattle Tree Productions, she is redefining what it means to create stories with purpose, narratives that spark empathy, bridge cultures, and inspire meaningful global dialogue. With every book that she writes and every film that she directs, she demonstrates that storytelling is more than an art. It is a catalyst for understanding, connection, and change. Please join me in welcoming to the Nasdaq stage a visionary using story to shape the world, Mariam Elhouli.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. For the first time ever, I've got some notes with me, so bear with me because I'm going to tell you a story. Today, I want to tell you a story about a young girl named Anna. Anna is fictional, but you're going to recognize her because there's an Anna in every home, every culture, every country, and maybe even inside each of you. Anna grew up seeing the worst of the world. She lived through conflict, through famine, through moments that would break most adults. But somehow she still dreamed. She still imagined the life bigger than the one she was born into. After years of hardship, she finds herself standing on Fifth Avenue in New York City. She looks to her left and she sees the glitz and the glamour, the high-end stores, the bright lights, the kind of luxury she once believed existed only in movies. She notices something. Most of the people walking in and out of those stores are women. Women with confidence, women with purchasing power, and Anna is in awe. Then she turns her head to the other side of the street. Inside one of the tall buildings, she sees a completely different world. A world of men shouting numbers across a trading floor, deals being made, wealth being built, futures being shaped. And Anna thinks to herself, why are there so few women here? Why is one of the street full of empowered women spending money, and on the other side, full of men controlling it? Why does one side reflect freedom, while the other reflects power? And she stands there confused and curious. Anna begins to realize something larger about the world. For generations, women were inside the home raising families, while men were outside building the economy, controlling assets, making decisions. Decisions about finance, decisions about policy, even decisions about war. And what did this create? A society with gaps. Gaps in opportunity, gaps in education, gaps in wealth. And as we all know, lack of prosperity leads to instability, even conflict. Now, Anna doesn't want to replace men. She doesn't want a war on genders. She doesn't want a competition. She simply wonders, what would happen if women and men stood side by side? What would happen if women were equally present in the rooms where decisions are made? Not just on the shopping sides of the streets, but in the buildings where the future is shaped. Anna understands something powerful in that moment. The world doesn't get better when women rise alone. It gets better when women and men rise together. It gets better, and that is where the olive tree comes in. In my book, The Olive Tree, it represents resilience, identity, knowledge, passed down from generation to generation, especially through women. Women who carry moral capital, women who can learn financial capital, women who can build political capital, women who, when given the chance, don't just change their own path, they change the world around them. Anna's story mirrors my own journey. A suburban mother of 5 who had her first baby at the age of 16. Someone who never imagined her writing, her films, her voice would travel beyond her community, let alone bring her all the ways to the floors of Nasdaq. But that's the power of education. The power of being allowed to participate. The power of rewriting your own narrative. So when I look at Anna on 5th Avenue, I see something. Anna exists everywhere, in every household, in every community, in every nation. Different languages, different skin tones, different stories, but the same potential. Our responsibility, yours and mine, is to make sure Anna doesn't have to stand on the opposite sides of the streets ever again. We close that gap with education, with financial literacy, with opportunity, with intent. Not to create competition between men and women, but to create collaboration. Because when women are educated, empowered, and economically included, we just don't build wealth. We build stability. We build stronger societies. We build peace. And if Anna can rise from the soil she came from, then so can millions of women across the world. Their stories are waiting. We just have to make space for them. Thank you, Nasdaq.